Announcer bot is active. The race session is at 2009 layout in Nuremberg, Germany. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is first. Monty Rowitz is second. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P3. JD Ellis from South Africa is fourth. Blake Kruger from South Africa is P5. Dolf Hoff from South Africa is P6. Connor Bergstrom is 7th. Elmer Kaiser is 8th. Dewald Lambert is P1. Monty Rowitz is P2. Peter Geldenhuis is P4. JD Ellis in SCO LRS is 4th. Peter Geldenhuis is 4th. Connor Bergstrom in Dutzendtike Care is P7. Elmer Kaiser is P8. Ernest Heather from South Africa is 10th. Louis Philip Nel from South Africa in Grundig Care on lap 2 is 11th, 0.1 ahead of Tommy Glad. Louis Philip Nel is now P9. Leon van Linden from South Africa in SCO LRS is P14, 0.3 behind Janine Glad. Monty Rowitz in Dutzendtike Care on lap 2 is P2, 0.3 behind Dewald Lambert. Peter Geldenhuis is P3, 0.4 behind Monty Rowitz. Connor Bergstrom in Grundig Care is P7, 0.1 behind Dolf Hoff. Connor Bergstrom passed Dolf Hoff for 6th. Mike McGeer from South Africa is 10th, 0.1 ahead of Elmer Kaiser. Mike McGeer passed Louis Philip Nel for 9th. Louis Philip Nel on lap 3 is P10, 0.1 behind Mike McGeer. Elmer Kaiser in Dutzendtike Care is P10. Tommy Glad from South Africa is 11th, 0.5 behind Elmer Kaiser. Peter Geldenhuis in SCO LRS is P3, 0.5 behind De Wald Lambert. Blake Kruger is 5th, 0.4 behind JD Ellis. Elmer Kaiser in Dutsen Tijkeer is 9th, 0.4 behind Ernest Heather. Louis Philip Nell is P11, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Monty Rowitz is 2nd, 0.2 behind De Wald Lambert. JD Ellis is P3. De Wald Lambert is 3rd. Blake Kruger is 8th, 0.1 behind Louis Philip Nell. Elmer Kaiser is P10. Elmer Kaiser passed Ernest Heather for P9. Tommy Glad is 10th, 0.1 ahead of Ernest Heather. Ernest Heather is 11th, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. Dolphoff is P5, 0.3 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Ernest Heather from South Africa is P11, 0.1 behind Elmer Kaiser. Monty Rowitz in SCO LRS on lap 7 is 3rd, 0.4 behind JD Ellis. Mike McKeer from South Africa is P6, 0.3 behind Dolphoff. Dolphoff is 5th, 0.4 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Monty Rowitz in Grundigkeer is 3rd, 0.5 behind JD Ellis. Dolphoff is P5, 0.5 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Blake Kruger is P8, 0.3 behind Louis Philip Nell. Connor Bergstrom in Dutsen Care is 11th, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. JD Ellis is 2nd, 0.4 behind DeWald Lambert. Blake Kruger is 8th, 0.1 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Blake Kruger passed Louis Philippe Nel for P7. Louis Philippe Nel is P8, 0.3 behind Blake Kruger. Mike McGear is 6th, 0.3 behind Dolph Hoff. Louis Philippe Nel is 8th, 0.3 behind Blake Kruger. Louis Philippe Nel is now 5th. Blake Kruger from South Africa in SCO LRS is 6th, 0.5 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Monty Rowitz is 3rd, 0.5 behind JD Ellis. Blake Kruger is P6, 0.1 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Blake Kruger passed Louis Philippe Nel for P5. Louis Philippe Nel is P6. Monty Rowitz on lap 11 is 3rd, 0.4 behind JD Ellis. Louis Philippe Nel is P6, 0.8 behind Blake Kruger. JD Ellis in SCO LRS is P3, 0.2 behind Monty Rowitz. Mike McGear in Dutsen Care is 7th, 1.0 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Louis Philippe Nel in Care is P6, 1.1 behind Blake Kruger. Mike McGear in SCO LRS on lap 13 is 7th, 0.5 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Ernest Heather is 11, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Ernest Heather passed Tommy Glad for P10. Tommy Glad is P11. Monty Rowitz on lap 14 is second, 2.1 ahead of J.D. Ellis. Mike McGear in Dudson Tykecare is sixth, 0.5 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Tommy Glad from South Africa in Dudson Tykecare is 11th, 0.2 behind Ernest Heather. Mike McGear is 6th, 0.5 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P4, 0.1 behind Monty Rowitz. Peter Geldenhuis passed Monty Rowitz for third. Monty Rowitz in Dudson Tykecare is fourth, 0.3 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Mike McGear in Grundigcare is P6, 0.7 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Monty Rowitz in SCO LRS on lap 16 is 4th, 0.3 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Mike McGear is P6, 0.3 behind Louis Philippe Nel. Monty Rowitz is P4, 0.3 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Blake Kruger is P8, 0.4 behind Elmer Kaiser. Peter Geldenhuis in SCO LRS is 4th, 0.4 behind Monty Rowitz. The leader has just finished the race. Dewald Lambert finished first. J.D. Ellis finished P2. Peter Geldenhuis finished P3. Louis Philippe Nel finished 4th. Mike McGear finished P5. Monty Rowitz finished 6th. Leon van Linden finished P14. Elmer Kaiser finished 7th. Blake Kruger finished 8th. Ernest Heather finished P9. Tommy